Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're stepping straight into the political brand strategist's war room. We're going to put a single, incredibly viral political interaction right under the microscope. You know, in political comms, the usual playbook is all about message control, right? Everything is scripted, it's vetted, it's polished to a shine. But what happens when an unscripted, totally unvetted moment just derails the entire narrative? How does a potential PR nightmare actually flip into earned media gold? Well, let's break down the anatomy of a viral moment and see exactly how spontaneity, risk, and reaction all collide. Okay, let's dive right into this. 2 words: joining Congress. That incredibly brief response transformed a totally standard political interaction into an absolute viral sensation. Look, as a brand strategist, hearing a quote like this, it's terrifying, but it's also kind of thrilling all at once because it is entirely unfiltered. To really understand why these 2 words hit so incredibly hard and how they ended up dominating the digital landscape, we've got to look at the exact environment that created them.
Anatomy of the setup, the risky prompt.
Every viral moment needs a catalyst, right? Here, the whole interaction kicks off with Rahul Gandhi asking a woman in the audience, "What was the riskiest action you have ever taken?" Now, put your strategist hat on for a second. This is a fascinating choice. By asking for a story specifically about risk, you're inherently inviting unpredictability. You're basically tossing the safe talking points out the window and asking the audience to go out on a limb. It's a high-reward tactic for building a genuine connection, sure, but it is a massive risk. Why? Because you are completely surrendering message control. The door to chaos is officially wide open.
Moving on to the unexpected punchline, a quick delivery.
Let's actually freeze the mechanics of this split-second interaction to see how it builds. Point 1 is our risky prompt. Point 2 is the reply, and our source notes are really vital detail here. The woman replied quickly. In both crisis comms and, well, comedy, timing is absolutely everything. A quick delivery leaves 0 dead air. It stops the politicians' handlers from jumping in, and honestly, it stops the speaker from second-guessing their own joke. That rapid-fire delivery is the actual engine driving this punchline. Which brings us to point 3, the surprise. The source explicitly points out that this punchline surprised everyone. And in modern brand building, subverting expectations is a massive metric for engagement. When an audience hears something off script, or even a little bit taboo, like looking a politician in the eye and saying joining their own party is a massive risk, it creates a literal shockwave in the room. That unmanufactured, totally genuine surprise is the exact authenticity vector the internet craves. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the moment was not staged. The strategic pivot. Diffusing the trap. Okay, so the joke has landed, the room is completely surprised, and the ball is squarely in the politician's court. This right here is a real-time, high-stakes PR decision. The traditional playbook, it dictates defensiveness. You offer a serious explanation, or you execute an immediate, clunky pivot back to a safe talking point. Pure damage control. But let's look at what actually happened. Rahul Gandhi burst out laughing. Now, neutrally speaking, choosing laughter over defense is a massive strategic pivot. Think about it. If a politician gets defensive, the headline immediately becomes about their fragility. The joke owns them. But by bursting out laughing, the subject aligns themselves with the joke. They defuse the tension in a split second. The laughter signals confidence, it signals approachability, and it completely transforms a potentially damaging heckle into a shared moment of levity. It's brilliant.
Mechanics of a meme, digital amplification.
And this perfectly illustrates the exact recipe for a modern viral event. Just look at the ingredients we just mapped out. First, a prompt that courts danger by asking for a story of risk. Second, a quick, totally unexpected punchline. Third, genuine, unstaged surprise from the room. And finally, unfiltered laughter from the target, neutralizing the threat. When you stack these 4 specific elements together, the social media algorithms literally have no choice but to pay attention. And the result is exactly what our source concludes, turning it into a massively shared meme and joke online. This totally unscripted, self-deprecating moment achieved the holy grail of modern brand strategy. Listen, you can spend millions and millions of dollars on paid advertising, but you simply cannot buy the kind of massive organic reach that a genuinely funny, authentic human interaction generates. By just letting the joke land, the political brand actually became part of the meme rather than the victim of it. So we've mapped exactly how a potentially risky interaction was neutralized and then amplified by a simple human reaction. And it leaves us with a really fascinating strategic question to ponder. In modern digital politics, where the internet values authenticity literally above all else, is a self-deprecating laugh the most effective form of damage control?
Sometimes the best defense is simply showing that you're in on the joke. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing, and I'll catch you next time.